I'm Jacqueline Del Rosario, a native Miamian. That's right, born and raised in Miami, Florida. Went to local high schools, graduated, went to University of Miami for college, did my master's and my doctorate also locally here at Nova Southeastern University. So back in 1994, here I am working. I had just graduated college, had been in the workforce for some time, just several years. And I had this opportunity because I'd been working with a youth group. And so these young people fascinated me. I love young people. You're just thinking about the world, just starting to understand who you are and the power, your superpower. It led me to start to create some designs. And I created these, what I call career wear for them. Ended up going to the stores and becoming now a fashion designer in Miami. Long and short, I meet Mr. Right, and it's now time for me to get married. And you know, being a fashion designer, you are constantly working night and day every season when it's time for your new line to come out. So my husband says, hey, you know, you got to choose a different career because, I mean, you're out all the time, you know, it's time to settle down. That led me into education. Never thought I'd end up in education, but I loved young people, loved teaching them, loved trying to empower them because so many young people don't understand how great they are, how much power that they have, because they're so busy trying to figure out how to fit in and that sort of thing. So that became my passion. In 1994, I was working on special assignment from the district, and a principal liked me. He liked the way I handled issues and problems and decided that he wanted me appointed to his school. I saw kids that were being detained, kids that were acting out in class, throwing chairs and, you know, cursing out teachers, just all kinds of things. It was baffling to me because I tried to figure out why are they doing that? Don't they understand that education is the key that unlocks every door? And so I started trying to figure out how do I get children to recapture their vision? Something's lost here. And that became the name, Recapturing the Vision. Because it doesn't matter how you start, it's about how you finish. So, you know, for me, that was big. You know, I think that it's very difficult to be a young person nowadays. When I was coming up, you weren't bombarded by social media. You weren't bombarded by all of these images that make you question or try to measure up to something that's really like a myth. I hope you know social media is not real. That's the secret. It's not real. Social media is airbrushed pictures and people setting this stage that makes things look so wonderful, but they're experiencing life just like you and me, struggling, fighting every day, going up and down, feeling happy, sometimes sad. But it's to the people that gain the understanding of the issues of life that, to me, win the race. And so that's what we want to do through Recapturing the Vision. Oh my God, one of the biggest challenges that I overcame at the beginning of starting Recapturing the Vision was money. And then I'd say the second one was time. Oh my God. It takes resources to start a business. And so what I basically did, I cared about my own kids. And I found that I was caring so much about other people's children to the point where I had to finance what I was doing. And so I depleted my savings account, basically. I depleted the monies that I was bringing in because I was still working a full-time job up to a moment. And I was funding the letterhead, you know, the fax machine, the phone line, the business, the office space. You know, that was very precarious because you have to get the business off the ground. You don't have a loan, so what do you use? Resources. And most of the time, those resources are going to come out of your own pocketbook. Here's the advice that I would give to any young person wanting to become an entrepreneur. First of all, I say, listen, why not? You can do it. Do you know how many young entrepreneurs that are around the country that are just having these ideas, just like I did? I had an idea. I think that need is the mother of invention. So I saw a need, and then I created an answer. And so that's basically going to be your product, right? So just have the belief that why not you? Age is nothing but a number. You just need the idea, and you just need the willpower to do the work that it's going to take to bring it online. I think we can write something on a paper, but taking it off paper takes a special individual. You have to not accept no for an answer, and quitting just cannot be in your equation. So the other thing that I would give to young people would be some tactical steps. So once you have the idea, something that you feel strong about, and you want to have passion around it, because passion it's like a fuel. It'll help you keep going when you get, the no to your request or doors slammed in your face, because it's probably going to happen, right? First of all, the first tactical maneuver would be to gain resources. And you're going to do that by talking to people that share your concern. So that might be relatives, it might be business leaders, but you need to tell people about what it is you want to do or what you're doing, and then see if they will support you in it. Sometimes the support is monetary. Sometimes it's what they call in kind, which means that instead of them giving you cash money, they give you a service in the place of cash. So for example, I partner with PepsiCo. PepsiCo might not give me, Pepsi, soda, beverages and goods, but they'll give me their products. And so you want to do that. Secondly, you want to find ways of voicing what it is that you're doing. You definitely have to have a website. You have to have a social media presence so that people understand what you're doing. And I think the next thing is to get the word out by making connections. You'd be surprised how many connections that you can make in just the run of a month or two that can really move the needle in what you're able to do in your business. So that's just a couple of things for you to keep in mind as you want to move forward with your own business. Yay, entrepreneurship. I had a mentor. Mentors are excellent. But here's the one thing that I want people to know. Mentors usually make you feel inadequate. That's how you know you really have one. If a mentor makes you feel very comfortable and good about who you are right now, they're probably not a mentor. They push you. So they're kind of people that might make you feel uncomfortable. They might get under your skin sometimes. They're always on you. They might not even compliment you as much as you like. You have to do so much before they say, well done, good job. But that's a mentor. And I had a few that really did push me along the way, encouraged me, but also just told me what I needed to do and how I needed to do it. Also, sometimes they corrected me and told me what I shouldn't be doing. But mentors are wonderful. There is one thing that I wish I knew when I was founding Recapturing the Vision. I wish I knew that this wasn't just a straight line journey, and that it wasn't a quick journey either. I thought that this was something that I could just, go here, go there, do this and that, and boom, we were done. It's not. I think that you have to understand that building a business is a journey. And you might start out in this position, but you might wind up in a completely different position. Your product might even morph over the time that you're building the business, because it's kind of like a journey. So you have to be willing to go where it leads you, and you have to be in it for the long haul, because there's been a lot of shifts and turns, ups and downs that I've gone through over the journey. But they're all good, because in the end of making this product and delivering this service to the community, it's also made me. So the Jackie that you see today is not the Jackie that began in 1994. She's better. There's been many highlights, so I couldn't say that there's just one. I love meeting Michelle Obama. She's extraordinary. I love meeting her husband. I loved providing congressional testimony on the Hill. I loved lobbying. I loved, doing my own show. I liked all of the accomplishments, but to me, they're not the end destination, right? So they're the things that have happened along the way, which kind of leads me to probably what would be the thing that I would do differently. I think sometimes I've not stopped to appreciate or to celebrate some of those great accomplishments, because I'm always looking to the end. I was looking to the end, like, okay, let me get to where I've always seen myself in my mind's eye. And sometimes that'll make you forget to enjoy the journey and to celebrate all of the ups and downs, all of the great victories. Because, I even celebrate the downs, because each one that has happened to me, I can really see something great that has come out of it. And I know that that sounds weird, but I really can see some of my biggest disappointments have led me to some of my greatest discoveries and to some of my greatest heights. So, yeah, celebration. The biggest thing that I like to share in terms of advice for young people is this. You know, I think that we're so hard on ourselves. Well, I'm going to say you are so hard on yourself. We all are to a point, but I think this is something that's more true with young people because you're trying to fit in. You're trying to find your footing and your ground. But I really want to encourage you to embrace uniqueness. It's the things that are different about you that are really going to make the difference with your life journey. So don't always be so quick to try to look like everybody else, sound like everybody else, do what everyone else is doing. There's a small group of us that refuse to be conformed, and we refuse to lay down our uniqueness for the masses. In there, you'll find what your purpose is and what your destiny is. And so even when it comes to like those rough edges that you might have in your personality, a lot of times the reason why you have the personality that you have is because it's just retrofitted for your future. So be kinder to yourself. Be more accepting of who you are. Because guess what? If you don't accept who you are, no one else will either. So that's my advice to you today.